So another day, another video. After almost a year with Superb, it has started to show one more problem, which is a check engine light with the EPC light. So EPC is like your ignition control system, and when I check on the codes, it tells me. So here's the code: cylinder number 4 misfire detected, and we will diagnose it. Why? So when I read the fault codes, it shows a misfire on cylinder number 4. So cylinder number 4 misfire can be either a spark plug, ignition coil, or a fuel injector as well. But we have to keep in mind that this thing comes with multi-port fuel injection and as well as direct fuel injection. So which injector? So we are going to test that and diagnose which injector it is, on its cylinder number 4, or it's a spark plug, or its ignition coil. So when it was showing cylinder 4 misfire, the very first thing that came into my mind was spark plug, because most of the time that's the situation. So I changed the spark plugs on all the 4 cylinders, and here's the proof of me changing the spark plugs. 2 are here, 2 in the boot, and there was no difference in the misfire. So the second thing I did was I swapped the coil back from cylinder number 4 to cylinder number 3, and the code still remained for the cylinder number 4. So we ruled out the possibility of a bad ignition coil as well, and the bad spark plug as well. So the other thing we have to do is to check fuel injectors, and there are 2 fuel injectors on cylinder number 4. One is a low pressure injector, and then one is a high pressure rail, which is down there. So I'll tell you how to check those. There's a way where you can do it with OBD11, and there's one way of doing it if you don't have something like OBD11 or VCDS, you don't have access to it. You can see as we are connected to the engine control module, we have to go for output test. And output test, you can see cylinder number 1 fuel injector, and so on and so forth for 2, 3 and 4, and for 2, 3 and 4 as well, but you don't know which injector it is, high pressure or low pressure. Let me tell you, these are the high pressure injectors, and I'm gonna test it. Brief actuation without time limit. No, I just want to activate for 3 seconds. Okay, and I'm gonna keep quiet now so that you can listen to the ticking of the injector. Hope you can. There's a lot of background noise. Functional condition not met. If this comes up, that means there is no pressure in the fuel rail right now, and everything runs on a feedback system. So you may have to start your vehicle for a second or two so that it can build up that pressure, and the pressure sensor in the fuel rail can actually tell the ECU there's fuel inside. So we need to fire the injectors. Started for a few seconds. So back again on the output test. Injector number 1 fuel injector for, okay, let's not put the time in, and just these are the high pressure. You have to test all of them, and then if you have to check the injectors on the fuel line which are on the low pressure, fuel rail on the low pressure. That is what that's called, injection valve intake manifold injection number 1. So let me check all 4 of them. I have to disconnect and connect it back again. Can't do it in like one straight go. So I just tested cylinder number 1, the fuel injector in the intake manifold, and it's working. Cylinder number 2, okay, it's working as well. Now the cylinder number 3, good enough. Cylinder number 4, it's not making any noise. So most probably the chances are the injector on cylinder number 4 in the fuel rail is not working. And let's take the high pressure ones. As soon as the fuel pressure drops, you have to start the vehicle again and reconnect the OBD11. That's how the whole feedback system works. So this is something you have to bear with, and if it shows function not available or marginal conditions not met, that's what it means when you're trying to diagnose the fuel system. If you don't have an app like OBD11, what you can do, this is the wiring loom which goes to the low pressure fuel injectors. You can just disconnect it, and there are 8 prongs inside, hope you can see. For 4 set of injectors, you can just trace the color of the wires to the color of the injectors, and you can input 12 volts to check the injector is ticking or not. The same procedure goes for the high pressure fuel injectors as well, but they are buried deep down inside, so it's a bit of a task to do that. These are much more easier, and if you want to open the fuel rail, there are 2 fasteners, T30, one here and one here. You can, which I am going to do. This is the fuel pressure sensor on the low pressure rail. I have to disconnect before I start to pull the rail out. I just don't want to pry the plastic rail with a metal tool, so that's the reason why I am using this strip light, as it's broad, so the pressure on one specific point would not be that high. So routed this light against the fuel rail. Just remember, give it light tugs in the direction opposite of the fuel injectors. So after a lot of pulling and tugging, the rail from one side is out, and just need to replicate the same on the other side as well. So the rail is completely out, and all I need to is figure it out how to completely pull it out, keeping all the wiring aside and everything else. Okay, you also need to loosen the 2 fasteners on cam cover of this hard coolant line, so that you have enough space to pull the rail out, and may also need to pull this wiring loom bridge out of the clips just for the space. So here are the injectors and the condition of the injectors. This is the injector number 4, this one. And what I'm going to do for the moment is I'm going to swap the injector number 4 with the injector number 3, because this is 8 in the morning, and even if I order it, it will take close to 3 to 4 hours for this part to reach me. So for the time being, if the code shifts to injector number 3, I'll be more than sure that this is the problem. And for pulling the injector out, all you need to is just pull this metal clip, you can see, downwards, and you can unlock the injector and swap the couplers as well. Be a little cautious about the pressure of the fuel. You might get squirted by fuel. So injector number 3 and 4 pulled out, and all I have to do is to swap the positions. This one is the 4, this one is the 3. So I'm just going to swap, and the thing is, you can actually connect these 2 prongs with a negative and positive of 12 volt battery, and if it clicks, it's right. If it doesn't, so Can't say anything about it. You have to change it. So I've installed everything back again, started the vehicle, check engine light came again. It's just a matter of moment. Within 2 to 3 seconds EPC will come on as well. So I installed the scan tool, I plugged the scan tool, and we can see we have a code of cylinder 3 misfire. So the only thing we replaced is the injector. So diagnosis confirmed that it's the injector, and here comes the EPC light as well. Cylinder 3 misfire. So all I have to do is repeat the process after I source the part. It's still like 8:21 and I just can't order the parts before 11:30, I guess. That's how you diagnose a cylinder misfire. Most probably the most common reason is going to be your spark plugs, then your ignition. But the fuel injector on a petrol vehicle is something you don't expect that soon.